Have you fallen in love with a deck that refuses to love you back? Maybe your favorite character doesn't have a decent combo to save their life. Maybe Bushiroad didn't give your set a climax swap for some godforsaken reason. Or maybe you just don't have enough deck slots for everything you need to fit into 50 cards. Well, in this series, I'm going to challenge myself and my fellow Weiss players to solve exactly those problems. We have the chance to fix our faves using custom cards, but with one simple catch. No matter how many ideas we have, we can only use one new card in a deck at a time. How hard could it be, right? There's only one way to find out. It's time for me to fulfill a long overdue promise to Earth, Weeb and Fire, as today we're going to be making one small change to Nisekoi. Alright, and before we get into the actual card game shenanigans on this one, just want to thank you all for your patience. If y'all have been waiting for these, I got into the HoloLive card game rabbit hole, and I also ended up finding a job, which is good for that, but not necessarily for having time to create and edit a bunch of videos. Granted, that was a lot more recent. I just kind of didn't have the power in me to come up with more of these content-wise, which is, it's a good thing that I'm not a professional of this. I tell you what. It's fine now. We've got this one coming out, and I have no promises for anything else after this. But, if I can make more stuff, I will end up making more stuff. Until then, let's roll on with the show. Alright, folks, welcome back to One Small Change. I am J3 Puffin with you live from the deck building screen for Nisekoi. This was the submission of Earth, Weeb, and Fire. We lab this out for quite a long while, and then we both kind of disappeared to go do other things with life. And I am now here to knock this out of the queue because there's been at least one or two other cards that I need to get through and cover. Today's episode is obviously, if you recognize these characters, at least this is Nisekoi, which in and of itself was a curious little creature back in the day. In fact, it was necessitated a serious ban, all because of their finisher, this Marika that we did not get in English at all. They changed what this card does in English, or the card with this art in English, specifically because this was too much for JP at the time it was released, which is, twice 30, so a while back. But it has two effects. It is a pay to ditch 3 on battle opponent reverse. As long as you have two other key characters, you can stand her after attack. But also, on attack, if there are two more promised pendant in your memory, you can deal a damage to your opponent. So she is a climb maxless 2/1/2/1 with those 2s going up if you hit soul triggers. So potentially like 3/1, 4/1, Yeah, hypothetically, you can give 3/1, 4/1 with her if you hit soul trigger twice. This is surprisingly easy to do, even without support. I mean, we're not going to see that quite as much today for a number of reasons. The games I was able to record for this segment didn't quite play out like that, but I have been messing around with this custom card we're going to be looking at for a little while now, and it has a weird amount of consistency to it. Maybe slightly different list as we'll get into. We have this Waking Up Raku. This is our new boy here. A 1/0/2K blue man with key trait, no other defining traits, because he just didn't have one in mind for this one. So, colorless in your hand. Promise Pendant gets -1, costs 1 hand, and becomes colorless. During your turn, all of your other key or suites or weapon characters get +1k. So that covers, 100% that covers literally every character here, and it should cover every character in the set. Well, Also has this memory effect where once per turn, when you play an event, if Promise Pendant is in your memory, you may pay the cost to draw a card. Now, because the way the events work, the Promise Pendant events work, they send themselves to memory when they're played, and this trigger will see the event that you just played and allow you to pay one to draw a card immediately after. It is substituting the fact that the Promise Pendant events normally are 1/1 events, so we are basically just getting an extra benefit off the if we have the stock to spend, as well as making it so we can actually pay them stocklessly. Both situations come up fairly frequently. Let's take a look at, we have 2 of this Promise Pendant, which is search your deck for a key character, add to hand, put in memory. We have 1 copy of this one, which is rest 2 of your standing characters, choose up to 2 key characters in your waiting room, return to hand, discard, then put this in your memory. And last but not least, we have this backup event, which is a 3K backup that's in memory. Now, this is only 4 copies. You'll hear me later say that I thought I had 6, and I was wrong, and it absolutely comes up. You do need to be able to see this event, at least 2 copies of this series of events, but unfortunately, you can only play 4. Right? So that's a little bit of a concern for the stability of things. But it'll do the job. You work with what you're given, and considering the payoffs in here, it justified. Our other payoff for playing these keys is also this early play. It's a 10-5 as long as you have 2 or more other key. Also is on play search. So between this and our level 1 combo, which is a 5K that gets on reverse salvage, blood on a door, we see we can get into our salvage zones pretty easily, and we have enough search options we can get into there too. So hypothetically, it should be easy enough to get to double Marika. And if you can make a game drag out long enough, maybe you can go further than that. Double Marika is about as far as I can get it most days. And, I mean, it does work. For the rest of this, we are playing some Fascinate cards. For example, not even our climaxes are safe from filler. We have this generic door, because just having the extra door triggers feels better than our other generic options, really. We have this on play if your deck is 5 or less, free fresh and draw. And then also rest 2 of your key characters to give one of your characters 2K. I don't know if I have played this ever, although there have definitely been points if I had it, I probably should have, because it came up that I needed to refresh to put things back in deck. We have this early play killer backup. It's pay to sacrifice a character to just send away your opponent's early plays to waiting room. 500 backup on top of that. We have 3 of this Marika, which is basically just a beater. If you have another character with Raku and its card name, this gets up to 3K. So she sits at 6/5 passively as long as our custom card's on board. With our custom board on turn, it's 7K. If you have 2 of them backstage, it's 8K. And if you play a climax for a turn, it is 9/5. It's 9,500, 8,500, 7. Yeah, there was a point where this custom card was giving that 1K cross turn, meaning that we could actually sit behind an 8/5 wall and swing 9/5 on turn, which kind of interfered with the Marika salvage combo, but also just meant that we could overrun Kishi phase, we could overrun small level 2s and level 3s, off turn level 2s and off turn power level 3s. It just was ridiculous. So this is the during your turn version only, and you can still get some nice power lines. Also, obviously, that 1K power over here, definitely important for these. They actually swing at 7K, 8K, on turn when you go to reverse. Definitely comes up quite a bit. One of our ways to get pendants is this 2-of-a-kind Raku. Is a global 500 and also a pitch to salvage. Which, God, the fact that we can only salvage these things is kind of painful. We have a couple of ways to mill. It still doesn't feel like we don't have like a cherry. If we had like a cherry for that level of mill, maybe we'd be fine. As it is, we are relying on some smaller mills and some more involved mills to get there. So this salvage doesn't quite do as much lifting as I would like it to. We have 3 of this brainstorm. It is a 2K that when it swings gives one of your key characters 1K, so it could be a 3K body if it's swinging by itself. There's also a rest to brainstorm for a search for 4-card brainstorm. I think this is the largest source of mill in our deck. So you do end up needing one of these. Luckily, the Raku doesn't rest for any of its effects, so the 2 of them can work kind of in pair together, which is nice. She rests him off the brainstorm. There's something to be said about the fact that this is Swimsuit Marika, and this is Waking Up Raku. I don't know if that means anything in particular. Maybe it does, all I'm saying. But we'll move right along to this. This is our more red filler. This is an on-reverse bomb. This is a red bomb that also gets to slide to the open middle position of your center stage. So middle position runner, that is a reverse bomb. We need more characters. We have this in here. This is about the pinnacle of the filler slot here, I think. We also technically do have some power issues. So like off turn, this is a way to like run into some zeros that you don't want your opponent to have, but even still, it's just kind of here doing what it can. Easy level up target. That's nice. We have 2 of this Chibi Marika. This is our other source of getting pendants out of waiting room, because it's the only place we can get them out of consistently. This is also an on-play top check. It's a surveil, so you either take the top card and leave it there, or put it into waiting room. This is necessary mill, doing the best that it can. Similar, we have another top check mill Marika. This one is a climax filter. It's a climax for a key character. You'd think that in a deck like this, you wouldn't be seeing many extra climaxes, but between the fact that we have an empty door climax that we're not going to be using for anything else, and we just kind of draw into them randomly, sometimes we just end up overfilled enough. If nothing else, that mill can put pendants into our waiting room to get back with our other salvagers, but I mean, push come to shove, ditch climax to get a copy of America Finisher is perfectly fine too. Alright, so now we get to everything else, except for some of those pendants, has been red and blue. We'll get into our 1 green profile, which is our on-play drop search. 2500, no other text, just go search a key. It misses exactly 1 card in this list, but that's not really a card that we want to be searching anyway, so that's fine. But there are points we just need searches. Sometimes we are not able to fulfill the early play condition on this to do it, so the Kasagi gets us there. Last but not least, our lone non-key character, this Seishiro. 2500 that gets it to 4K if you have 2 or less stock. She is a early game oversize, and that's about the best I can say for her. I guess you can have her for discard fodder and whatnot, but overall, she really is just there to be an early game body, because we need bodies. We just need guys on board. She gets on board, so congratulations. Her slots 46 through 50. I I've been coming down a little bit harder on this deck than I need to be. I've played it so much at this point that the highs and lows, like the difference between what I have seen it do and what it is like more likely to do, it's kind of wild. But yeah, I'll stop rambling about what I'm positive it can do and actually give you all some examples. So let's go meet up with past JB for some games. Alright, let's get this started. We're gonna be playing some freaking Nisekoi out here. Check this opening hand out though. Do I wanna mill anything, really? I mean, I guess I can drop this. I want to keep this, the double opener with the door. Meanwhile, our opponent has found Ayame. Good for them, good for them. Block that, draw two. Alright, we found our key piece here, but don't have much else to go with. Gonna flip top. Throw that in waiting room, sure. We're not discarding a climax with those. Have to capture the combo in hand, and that's one of the better outcomes. We hit the one. Might find a way to get themselves to one here. Not though. I forget if this list has no. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, that's alright, we got a 4K swing, even if they had a lap there. That might be why they didn't play it, actually. Alright, we need red first. Can't really put in... Well, we're getting red from the backup. But let's put in... I guess yellow's going in next. Alrighty. And we're going to take a little bit more red. We're going to throw that away. We're going to draw. So I have two of these attackers already. We have Raku here. So one of these is going. Just that's fine. Look, there's our empty door running. Brilliant. We're gonna go here, here. We're gonna go here. We don't have any pendants on, really, but we get the 1K power. Good actually. Dig a little bit, but that seems foolish. We'll just go climax. This, then we'll swing. Oh wow, we're getting 3 cards back to the hand at least this turn, huh? Let's grab Brainstorm because we rest that Raku. No, that's a 45, but that's fine. Let's also get back. No, we'll get back our early play, sure. I don't know if we have any better targets for it anyway. Do need to hit that one, but I guess I should end it then. Well, alright. Let's see what they can do to us on the crackback. They hit the 1. Oni. Okay, we have Xian coming down, naturally. But they're only swinging with a 4,500 one. Alright, they're leaving us a combo lane open. They cancel the go to stock. Swing with 3 soul, get canceled on. And again, alright. So we have 2 left in deck. Oh, good. Yeah, sometimes you're just good with it. Okay. Do it. Block this. We're going to use the we're not gonna hit, which is fine. Play this. Gets up to 75, it'll get up to 85 with climax down. In our other lane, we'll pitch this empty door to have a thing. we have any of the... Don't. Let's search just for a key. Is that the line here? So we go Kosaki. Very happy Kosaki. Leave the clan. And go here. A1. Ditch. I need copy it. Yeah. Actually, I want it. I need to build 2. I can afford to pay the stock more than I can. Hard for me. This. I'm going to pay one. I'm going to grab one of my pendants. Let's grab the yellow one. Yellow one. And then leave that there. Then going to search, grab another copy of yourself. And we'll do that. Okay, draw. Now I think we'll just go to climax phase for this. Don't need to have it all already in the one turn. We can do it a little bit. 3, we're going to be getting them to level 2 this turn, it looks like. Oh, too fast, but that's fine. And we hit the door, we get back where we want anyway. Let's... We have a copy of the early play, we have a copy of Finisher. I think we want at least 2 copies of Finisher. Go here. Alright, there we go. Put themselves there. They of course do. Put the yellow in. They had a red clock, and Ayame could exist, but I don't think this AI even actually runs the Ayame. I forget their difference entirely. Fine. Alright, we take 2. We now get to put the red in. Then they whiff with an Ayame on the trigger. Get the green. That. Good. We have all the colors of the rainbow. We're 2s. Alright. Fair enough, I guess. So we get one more turn. 4, and I am going to not 2, so I'll just... Alright, so you're going to... I guess I could have just clocked into a pendant, huh? Essentially. Don't have one in... Okay. Right, I can't. Yeah, I can't. So... Brainstorm time. Whiff and not hit a pendant. A little bit deep. So we check. Hit 2 into... Okay. Sure. Go 1, 2, just so we have some bodies to survive. 1. Go 2. And... I think 3. Obviously, that don't have it. Go X here, get a door, grab this. Bonk. Side here. Door. Done. Grab this. we'll just crash here. Nope. Let it happen. Alright. So, we don't get early play, but we might still be able to actually pull off. Wait, hang on. I think we can only really one Marika here. Right, we don't die. Yeah, we won't die. Good. Hello there, promise pendants. We put them in blue. That one's stuck there. That's a little. They traded another Shion. Alright, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. So this A1 grab. We have the red pendant. Grab this. Now we leave that in. We'll search it for material. This is salvage tier. Oh, it's salvage tier. Alright, grab this. Grab this. Discard this. No. The ability to actually have some stock to pull. Play this, go attack phase here. Here. Then burn that though, but that's fine. If we get 1, 2, 3, and again, door. I think I'll actually grab. Yeah. Alrighty. Opponent whiffs a brainstorm. We play a crony down. They go get Iris off their Aqua Climax. They play Aqua. They play Matsuri. Oh man. Alright. They're not comboing with the Aqua though, so why did we do that? I guess just to have another level 3 to swing. That cancels there. And yep. See what happens. He dead. Alright. That is game 1. Let's go to game 2. Alright, game 2 going second. We have a handful of things to play right now. And I'm actually going to leave that, but we'll drop 3. Alright, got some playables. Laplas coming in. Fine. I'm gonna need this. So we'll clock this and do. Yeah, I'm done for that. Here, and kind of need. I don't really need the brainstorm as I need this box. So go here. She is just a weapon for a reason. Not a protagonist, I guess. One here. We should have swung with that first or second. It's fine. We wanted to leave the Laplas on the field. Definitely. And now they can't crash it. See, it was all planned. Alright. Oh, we'll see. Alright, the Ayame is gonna live. They didn't twin drive with it. Fine, I guess. If you want to be that way, Baka. We're putting in the trust. So let's put this in, put your there, draw 2. We're going to Raku. Right. Let's go A1, pitch 1. We're actually gonna grab this thing that I just up. So she can swing over here. X, swing, door, grabbing 1 combo. Might just see 1 at some point in this game. We can do the power share, you get this one. Or, alright, we'll get the early play. We're going to be using this backup on our turn to save I guess whatever we can. If there is anything that we can get with this. Heck yeah, there is. Do this. Give you 3K. Go to memory. Gonna pay 1, draw 1. We got the door combo climax, which I would rather have in my hand right now, I think. Maybe? We actually only get 1 reverse. We have red, we can put in blue. That. That'll be fun. We're not gonna need free fresh. We simply won't need we would do absolutely. Let's go. Why say that? Got this. Now we need a route. We have a route. Going to be pay 1, pitch 1, grab this, play the Raku down, discard the climax. Oh, I saw 1 in here. Not a 1? Somehow? They're all in Stalker deck? Really? My god. I should have checked. Okay. You know what? Fair enough. Oh, I guess not. Alright. We don't want to go -2 to go +1. So we're just gonna move this up, go climax phase. Here, door. We'll grab this so we can pay out mark for it. Here, there's 1. Then go here, there's the brainstorm. Okay, so they pushed themselves a little too. Throw a crony in there. Iris brainstorm hits 1. They grab the Shion. They play the Shion. They play the Aqua in the off lane. There, get reversed there. There. And last but not least, cancel, get reversed. They pay out. They only get 2. Alrighty. Well, we get 2 reverses on the crackback, which is nice, but we do have a do I have a target still? No, we still have a pendant. I think the only way we're going to be getting around that is by clocking one of these. One, 2. That top card isn't going to go in. I want it to. There's the brainstorm on top of there. Can't get to it. I've just encored something earlier. I guess I should encored something there. That is wild. I have like, I had a decent amount, but it looks like 6 isn't new. I thought it would. Alright, well, our third lane is going to be able to crash it. Yep. Oh, that's brutal. No. That is just diabolical. Alright. So we go Climax. This isn't even gonna get. Oh my god. Got down to 1 exactly. Our combo doesn't do anything else. We get hit with a Climax there. And alive. Let's just crash here. Alright. Put them on even footing for the moment. They hit a Climax, they're gonna grab that Aqua. The Mel's get their effects. They hit the stock off of it as well. Don't have any Maracas, the level 3 Maracas to roll off here. Just aching all of them. Could put in green, but then it doesn't matter. We'll put it in green. Fine. Cancel that one. Go down. Okay. Look this. We got a Marika. And we got a Kasaki. So grab another Marika. Do I have a pendant? Yeah. We have to pay it out. Nope. There's one. It. Right now I get the choice of 1, 2. I am going to use the one that didn't rest 2 characters. No, that there. Over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, we also need to have those climax. That's these. Grab 1, 2. We're only going to be able to resolve one of them, but having 2 is no, we draw an extra full push here. 2 first. Getting the 1, 3, it's 6. 2, pay 1, 3. And swing again, hit the 1. Going for 4 that time. Wait, are we gonna? Alright, let's go! Oh, man. God. So yeah, finding those pendants, even with that literal custom card, finding those pendants is still a bit of an issue sometimes. Alright. Well, let's get into game 3 and we'll see what all changes there. Alright, here we go. Game 3 against the Shion AI. We are... I mean, this is an interesting opening hand, at least. Drop the mark early. This is herself, of course. Damage from Yame. Yummy. Buck here, draw 2. Let's go 1, 2. Yeah, we might as well care about the runners. Deck phase. I also don't care if this is not gonna last. Cross turn. 3, 2, 2. Alright, they get up 1. They leveled the Botan? Are you kidding me? Oh, right, for the Yame. The Yame don't care. They just exchange it anyway. Yeah, those fizzle. Oh, now that has enough power. reverse the Yame. And reverse Crony. The Lammy gets to live. But that won't last cross turn. We're still level 0. Wait, how are we still level? AI, please. Cooperate. Well. I was fixing to say if I had a pendant, I could do those, but let's stop. Not pendant, millet. Don't have one. Don't resolve that. Check for pendant. I don't need more doors. Guess I can use that for a salvage. Nope. Here, climax phase. Play empty door. Swing here, hit a door, grab the. Thought I reverse coming. No, I don't. We got brainstorm. Deck speed. Strength 4 here. Okay, that did stick. Never mind. Alright. So they're going to level 2. Okay. Climax swap. Swing with 2 guys. Just, wow, they don't even have the. Okay. Yep. Now we can go to level 1. Bunaraku, we put in. Oh wow, all these are terrible choices for a level actually. We can play the Raku colorlessly, we can play the Brainstorm. Guess we're going here. Because we get to play these. At least let us wall up a little. Press these 2. We hit the 1. Get back. We can use this to get back a copy of the future. Go here. These. Okay. Cancel there. We actually probably just want to grab a chibi so I can get a pendant. There. And we hit there. I mean, yeah, you know, they're level 3. And we're level 1. So we're probably still going to be able to find a way to walk with us, just not by doing anything remotely close to the game plan of the deck. They crash there, but they're going to swing over here, because that's going to get the 1500 power, yep. Okay, we're going straight to level 2. Did the burn, we're going to level 2. Put in blue. Just because that is an expendable card, unlike other cards that we have. Cancel, this gets first, this gets first, we still here. We clock this, drop 2. Brainstorm. Brainstorms, but we have a pendant. What matters? We get to pay 1. Pendant. Don't do that. Oh, that's gonna reset the top card of her deck. Alright, you know what? I'm going to play another one of these. That there. These. Alright. Play pendant. I'm going to grab. Yeah, I'm gonna grab this guy. Then I'm gonna pay 2 to draw twice. Fantastic. Go attacks. Direct for 2. We had a door. We grab. But we're going to get this. Okay. Just crash here. 2. Then we're gonna door. Alright, go grab that. 1. That is unfair. So we have 2 Marcus. We have 2 marcas, and have the ability to get at least. I don't think we'll be able to do double. I think we're still in sync territory. This gets us to level 3. Put in the yellow. Why not? Okay. Well, at this point, what I need is our last pendant. So we're gonna drop Raku. We're going to guard this. Yeah, we grab this one. Play this, rest the. Yeah, it doesn't particularly matter. We'll rest these 2. We'll grab. We have 2 mark in hand. We're gonna grab this and this. Discard this. No, because the stock is kind of negate. Go here. Go here. And we have 6 cards left as long as I don't play a climax. So we just go to attack phase. We're going to here. And kill them without resolving any of it. We got 1 damage in. Oh god. That was cursed. So that's some of what that deck can do. I remember getting... God, I had quite a few luckier games with that, messing around with it. In the other recording sessions of this. But this is the only one that I'm actually going to have on file, because things have changed a lot. Cleared up space on hard drive a while back, so I don't have any recordings from those. All in all, that feels better than regular, but it's jeez, just it is still an ancient feeling deck. All right, we'll get back to other screen JB for the rest of that. It's been fun playing games, y'all. All right, thanks, Past JB, for those thrilling games. So, as you can see, this custom card here is not the perfect be-all, end-all solution. Obviously, it is an ancient deck running on ancient cards. 1 card really does push it up farther than you might expect, but it doesn't quite get all the way there. If this card got you another pendant, if it was draw a card or grab a pendant, I think it would completely fulfill everything it needs to do. You need to be able to see one of the 4 ofs in the first place, but once you do, you just have access to it wherever you need it from, which might end up being too far, or might not be all that far enough, considering we're still running a deck with a 5k on reverse salvage combo as one of our main plussing options. Oh man. The other option being, like, hypothetically, if we had kept that cross-turn power, and this just got to be sitting at, like, 8-5 with 2 Rakus in backstage, like, hypothetically, that might end up being kind of fair with a deck as ancient as this. With a deck that's kind of savings at that point would be in the hand you're not playing to vomit out new characters, especially because, I mean, the trade-off being that if you're running that, your combo now isn't functioning to its fullest. Man. So it is clunky. It is clunkier than anything modern by a long shot. However, it is still a substantial upgrade to an old school deck, and as you can see, the AI isn't all that equipped to deal with old school or new school when they're having a decent day. like a player character can just kind of, you know, walk all over an AI, whether it's Xian or um, ReZero, kind of whoever is available. But that is fine because ultimately, this is the primary player environment for these. It's going to be the AI and the sim, and maybe if someone prints out some of these to play around with, that I guess is an avenue. But with all of that said, uh, I did have quite a bit of fun messing around with this. I did see some fascinating things happen with both versions of this card, and I do think that Marika as a finisher is actually just insane. Like we talked about on Whims before with Blank and a few. I think Blank may have been there every time we mentioned Marika at this point. But just this card set so many sort of don't do this precedents going forward. Like Dengeki has a card that is almost this, but it only gets the burn once per turn. There is a restand or there's there's a Heaven's Burn. There a Heaven Burns Red 2 Volume 2 card. That is kind of encroaching on this territory. And in a more modern set, obviously that's dangerous. I don't think it ended up quite working out the way that we were scared it would. Maybe it did, and I just didn't hear about it. But yeah, they've looked at this idea at least one other time after. But yeah, Marika's wild. Don't make Marikas if you're a custom card maker. Don't make Marika again if you can avoid it. If you must in your heart and soul, do it in a way that it doesn't get to stack the burns with the restand in quite the same efficiency. But yeah, with all that said, I have been GA3 Buffin. This has been
One small change.
Nisekoi Edition. And until the next time I see ya, I'm gonna save this deck from disaster. Fix its problems with this one small change. No answer could have been any cleaner. If I want to play this deck and still win some games, you're gonna need this card that we make today.